So by now you guys have probably heard the news, whether it be from me or a different source, that Call of Duty 2020 is now being developed by Treyarch Studios instead of Sledgehammer Games, who was supposed to be the lead developer of the 2020 game originally. Now though, with Treyarch leading the development of the 2020 game, which so far has been confirmed as Black Ops 5, that means the 3-year dev cycle, which has been in place for quite a few years now, has been tossed out the window. And right now, literally in this moment, Treyarch is working on Black Ops 5, which unfortunately for us means Black Ops 4 is now not necessarily the leading priority anymore. And with that, our future updates could be very, very limited, so today I figured we'd sit down and break down what the Black Ops 4 Overhaul update would need to include. This would essentially be the end-all be-all update for Black Ops 4 and pretty much provide everything we need to last through the next few months leading up to Call of Duty 2019. What's up guys, Zacher Immortal here, welcome back to the channel and thanks for stopping by. If you are new here and you want to stay up to date with all of the latest Black Ops 4 news and intel, feel free to hit that sub button and turn on your post notifications as we are on the road to 50,000 subscribers. And of course, if you guys enjoy the video, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it would be much appreciated. And now let's get into the Black Ops 4 Overhaul update. Now, as you guys may remember, back in Call of Duty World War II, about halfway through the game's lifespan, or the first year of content rather, the game got a major overhaul, primarily focusing around the division system at the time, and this overhaul update back then is what really sparked a lot of life back into the game. And I'm thinking if Black Ops 4 were to get an overhaul update, it could potentially do the same thing. And especially seeing as now, Treyarch has to focus on pumping out the remaining content for Black Ops 4 while simultaneously focusing on Black Ops 5's development, now would be the best possible time to see an overhaul update go live. And honestly, I feel like if we were to ever get an overhaul update, it would need to touch on all 4 major areas of Black Ops 4. That being multiplayer, Blackout, zombies, and of course, the black market. Let's start things off over in multiplayer, since, well, when broken down, this year especially, the core of Black Ops 4 lies within it. The first element of multiplayer that I think would need to be focused on with an overhaul update would definitely be the specialist system. Now, while removing or changing any of the current specialist equipment, weapons, or abilities, I'd say is pretty unlikely, changing how you earn them isn't, at least in my own opinion. What I mean by that is turning away from the time-based handout system that specialist items currently revolve around, and instead transferring it all over to a score-based system like what we have currently in League play. This is honestly something that I've been lobbying for quite some time now, and I still stand by the current specialist system being too much of an in-game crutch. Everybody, literally everybody, gets to earn their specialist, no matter what. Doesn't matter if you're getting 100 kills in a match or if you're getting 4 kills in a match. Either way, you are going to earn your specialist, and when they are so game-altering like they are in this game, when you have, for instance, Nomad's Dog, Torque's Barricade, Zero's Ice Pick, so on and so forth, earning these incredibly impactful items for essentially doing nothing in some cases is a big oopsie, in my opinion. On the other hand, score-based specialist items that are completely dependent on your performance in-game, I think is a much better alternative to the system that we currently have in place. Now, on top of specialists needing a rework, I also think this overhaul update, were there to ever be such a thing, should also touch a bit on matchmaking as well. Now, in the past, I have lobbied for a disabled DLC button, which honestly I would still love to see, but I do totally see why it can't be a thing. I definitely understand both sides to that argument. However, standard matchmaking in my mind is still far from perfect. My first issue is joining games in progress that are unquestionably a lost cause. My second issue is joining the same lobby or pre-game lobby time and time again immediately after you just backed out of that exact lobby. With the former here, I'm particularly referencing games when you join in on, say, TDM, and your team is down 20-75, and the other team has a strike team in, a sniper's nest in the air, and your team is doing their best to just move 5 feet out of the spawn without dying. Joining into those kinds of matches is a massive waste of time and super frustrating in my opinion, and I definitely think that there should be something that warns you about joining into that, or there should be some kind of score differential threshold that makes it so that if that threshold of, say, 50 kills in TDM or 125 points in DOM is met, you cannot join into that game. For the latter here, it's pretty basic. If I leave a lobby, whether it be in the middle of a match or just a pre-game lobby, I would really prefer to not join back into that lobby as soon as I queue up again. I clearly left that lobby for a reason. Either I didn't want to play on that map, or the other team was just getting on my nerves, whatever it may be. Blacklisting that lobby in particular from my matchmaking for, say, 60 seconds to even a few minutes, I think would be a great addition to the game. Now, let's move on over to the black market, where here, well, I think the biggest issue is really the paywall that solely relies on your wallet. Revamp the system, overhaul it, add in a currency of some sort, or add in a contract or bribe system. Give us something that allows us to grind out the shop content or the special orders, and add an alternative to straight up having to purchase what is arguably the best content in the game. We gotta be real here. The black market camos, mastercrafts, and outfits are all way better than those that you unlock through headshots and various challenges of that nature, so why not let the players who want to grind actually grind for something worthwhile outside of Dark Matter and Prestige Master? Some of you may remember that back in World War II, eventually Prestige Master rewards were also added in, and honestly, I think those would be a great fit here as well, and within the black market specifically, seeing things like the Grand Slam or Triple Play bundles return would be awesome, and personally, I see an in-game currency, like crypto keys for instance, adding a much more positive element to the black market in general. The current emphasis within the black market is all about paying and not playing. My 2 cents, I think it should be the other way around. On top of that, yet another black market rework I think this potential overhaul update should focus on is duplicates. Flat out, we need less duplicates, or even better yet, no duplicates at all. And while unfortunately, yet honestly, I doubt Activision would ever completely remove duplicates entirely, I really don't think it's too outlandish or far-fetched to ask for some decent duplicate protection, or at least some rarity matching duplicates. Meaning, if you get a reroll on an epic item, your new rerolled item should be of epic rarity or better. If the reroll is a rare item, the new item should be of rare rarity or better, so on and so forth. There is nothing more annoying than getting an epic or even an ultra duplicate, which I've had happen to me a few times, and then re-rolling to a sticker or a calling card or something of that nature, so some protection and insurance in that department would be lovely if you ask me. Now, heading on over to Blackout, out of all the areas of focus for today's video, honestly, this is the one I am the least concerned with because, truthfully, I love Blackout. I think it's a great mode, and it's had my attention on a near daily basis for months now. However, it is definitely not perfect. The one main thing I would love to see introduced into the mode is various ways to earn paint cans outside of manually collecting them on either Alcatraz or the regular Blackout map. Adding in paint cans to supply stashes, loot stashes or body bags, and even to certain challenges, I think would all be great ways to earn paint cans and to ultimately progress towards gold, diamond, and eventually dark matter camo. I totally get that these standard get 100 headshots type of challenges would not work in Blackout for camos, which is why the paint cans were introduced in the first place. But how about seeing something along the lines of get 5 equipment kills for 20 paint cans, or in every supply stash there's 10 paint cans, or even 3 to 5 cans per body bag you open after eliminating an enemy. These to me are all very viable alternatives to the simple finders keepers paint can system we have now. But outside of these standard Blackout updates we've been seeing over the last few months, I don't personally think there's too much else that needs changing or updating within the mode. Finally, we'll finish things off over in Zombies, where here I'm going to keep it real simple, alright? If there were to be an overhaul update, the biggest thing Zombies needs is attention. Literally just attention in any kind of aspect. Now, I'm not a Zombies guy, I haven't really touched the mode at all for these last few years to be frank, but from an outsider looking in, the mode just seems to get completely neglected every single time there's a major update, outside of the new maps and gauntlets which are already pretty scarce as is. So while multiplayer and Blackout might see some new stuff here and there, Zombies has just sat there time and again feeling left out. So really, attention is what I'd say the mode needs most in a hypothetical overhaul update. For real though, I do seriously feel bad for any of you hardcore Zombies fans out there because the mode is just constantly on the back burner, it seems. Anyways, between multiplayer, Blackout, Zombies, and the black market, that is what I think a potential overhaul update should include here in Black Ops 4. And with that said, that is going to wrap things up for today. If you guys have any other updates or changes to add to this theorized overhaul update, drop me a comment down below. I'm definitely curious as to what you guys would add to the game to seriously step it up a notch from where it's currently at. Of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it would be much appreciated. And if you are brand new here to the channel and you want to stay up to date with everything Black Ops 4 and Call of Duty related, feel free to hit that sub button and turn on your post notifications. That way you'll always know when a new video goes live. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.